Hello and good morning, beautiful family. Happy Monday. It is July 7th, 2025. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and we're going to get this week started out. All right. For my U.S. family, I hope you guys had a good 4th of July. I see ya. Hold on, let me tend to Boomer. Heaven forbid I continue without giving him his breakfast. The world might stop. All right. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope my American brothers and sisters had a good 4th of July, but I hope everyone had a beautiful weekend. Continued prayers for anyone dealing with floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes, you name it, it's going on. All right, how is the collective this Monday? All right, some very strategic truths. Information coming out, but there's something more. I know that there's a lot of hidden stuff going on right now. We're hearing things like, that doesn't sound right. All right, we're trying to pick it apart. All will be revealed as far as truths go. Information is coming out, but they're being very strategic about what we hear, when we hear it, how we hear it. Okay, we've been celebrating. That tells me we all had a good weekend. Currently, justice. This is what we seek, that justice will be served. But right now it seems like we're not hearing what we want to hear. You know, we talked about we're all anxious to see criminals be put behind bars and, you know, all the hidden truths come out. We want to see perp walk. This tells me it will happen, but right now they're being strategic with their timing. And that's what this is. We have to give it time. They're juggling. When does it come out? When does it not come out? Okay. Some advice. Just know that this is all in God's hand. You have a couple of aces here. That God will deliver it. We will be emotionally fulfilled. We will be happy. But this is all about His timing. The death card always says this is a slow transition. This has to happen over time. But they are wrapping it up. It feels like there's a lot of burden to carry, but 10s always represent it is wrapping up. We just can't see it. We have to look at it from a different perspective with the hangman here. We're not seeing everything. And this is where our faith comes in as a necessity. All right? So just, we have to, don't put your faith in man, put your faith in God. Okay? Okay. Let's do our tokens. We have 3 of them. Okay, we have, is that a key and a lock or a clipboard? Sometimes I can't tell with these. I'll look it up. 63 is a ghost. 87 is a hammer. Now that's interesting. A hammer is significant in the fact that the hammer's being dropped, and there is an operation right now that has to do with hammer. It's called Operation... I don't think it's called Operation Hammer Time. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look it up. But when Trump signed the big beautiful bill, the Speaker of the House, Johnson, handed Trump the gavel that the decision was made with. That's interesting. All right, let's find out what this thing is. 50 is... It's a clipboard. Setting goals, keeping a log. Okay, so this tells me on the political scene, on the world scene, they have certain markers in time where they're going to be doing things, but they are keeping a log. There is evidence everywhere. Okay. 63, ghost of the past. Aha, feeling haunted. That's kind of our deep state right now. They're going to be haunted with what they've been doing. It will come back to bite them. Okay. And 87, divine truth that obliterates unbelief and then repair and rebuild. Wow, I think God's going to drop the hammer. That says divine truth that obliterates unbelief. So all those people out there that have been calling us crazy for our conspiracy theories, the truth is going to come out, and then we repair the damage and we rebuild what has been done. Okay? Nothing is hidden with God. All right. So 50, 63, and 87. All right. Interesting message. It's a little reassurance with the tarot reading saying you're going to have to wait a little longer. There's a reason we're doing what we're doing. That's because it's God's plan. Number 8 is a piece of cheese. Swiss cheese. 21 is the little dude in the elevator. 79 is a match. 14, something like a twin heart, mirrored hearts. All right, number 8. Swiss cheese, being cheesy, poor sense of humor. Being cheesy. Okay. Some people don't know how to laugh. They don't know how to take jokes. That's okay. To each his own. A lot of what's going on in the world we kind of sit back and laugh at, and then there's people that take it dead seriously and they don't see the in-between. It's okay. Elevator. Leveling up or leveling down? Well, you figure out where you're at in this. Everyone's on a different level, and do not criticize yourself or anyone else if they're going ahead of you, or maybe they're falling back just a little bit. Everybody's different. We all do it. 79 is the match. On fire. Creative inspiration. Are we getting creative with the world that we want to paint? We will create it. All right. What's lighting a fire under you today? And this is called X Hearts. Kisses of love, mirror image. X marks the spot. Ooh. All right. So we have kisses of love. I like that. That's like from God to us. He's like kissing his kids on the forehead going, I love you, but daddy's working. Mirror image tells me that there's another timeline going on. I like the one that we're at. We're in the positive. We're on the winning side of things. And X marks the spot. Now that is like a marker. God knows where all the X's are, and he'll get to them when he says. All right, so 8, 21, 79, and 14. Well, all right then. So my number people out there, if you want to do your math, you go right ahead. I know Dragonfly at 17 does them. Nadia does them. All right. Now what do we have? Wings wants our cuddle buddies. Who's helping us out? Our divine spirit guides in the animal world today. It will be an interesting week. America's rebirth. It really was a rebirth for the world, but for America, 4th of July marked a rebirth for us prophetically, and now we wait the 8 days after June the 3rd at the death. Okay, you have to follow me here. There's more to it. On the 3rd, the old system dies. The 4th is the rebirth. Well, in prophetic, you have to base it on the Julian calendar. God waits 8 days. It's just what they do with, remember, Yeshua was Jewish, so they wait 8 days after the birth, so around the 11th and 12th, that's when God writes a new covenant with the U.S. So it's going to be a good week. All right, who do we have today? The hummingbird spirit, be here now, 34. That means be here in the moment, enjoy the process, have gratitude for where we're at. We don't worry about where we've been. I mean, we do reflect back. Man, can you imagine where we just started? And we always like to look at where we're going to be. But let's not forget about the process and enjoying the moment here. Let's not waste the time that God gives us. 55 is the snake spirit. Time to heal. Well, that's what we're doing. Okay. And the reason it's the snake, everybody's like, a snake? Heal? What? Well, they do use venom for different things for healing, but it's because of the symbolic message. Remember the snake up the staff? We've talked about it. If you're new here, you have to ask about it during the show. I'll try to explain it. And the moth spirit, surrender now, 39. This means we don't have it figured out. And the quicker that we can surrender to God's divine timing and wisdom and knowledge that's way above ours, the better off we'll be. Okay? We have got to stop trying to figure it all out, being the control freaks, and I want it now. Okay? We are not in charge. Be in the here. Enjoy the ride. Do your healing. And let go, let God. Okay? 34, 39, and 55. All right. What do our higher selves want to tell us? Give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing. Wasn't that the truth? You ever just stop and it's okay to look in the mirror and say, good job, and pat yourself on the back. We're here. We've made it. We've survived. Be in the here and now, and then that's when you look back and go, whew, boy, have I been through it. Yeah. It's okay to applaud yourself. Let your feelings out, all of them, even the ones that scare you. This is one of the things that holds people back from advancing spiritually, is because when they start getting into the rough territory of the healing from the past, it brings out emotions in you that you could be a blubbering mess. You could do the ugly cries. You could throw things. You could do... Well, guess what? You're a human and you're entitled to those emotions. Okay? People start backing off when they start getting emotional. And then the healing stagnates. It stops and it can't progress. It's okay to face your feelings. And give yourself some credit for even being brave enough to do it. Many people just bury it, sweep it under the rug, and say, nope, don't think so. All right. How are we climbing the spiritual ladder? Gain a new perspective. Exactly. See, this is kind of like flipped upside down. It's just like the hangman that we got today. We are not seeing it from God's perspective. We're seeing it through human eyes and the human element. And that can get us in trouble with our emotions and the fact that we get frustrated. And then we start trying to tell people how to do their job. You ever want to just look at your political leaders and go, if you just do it this way, it would be so much easier. If you just do it this way and rip the Band-Aid off and do this for the general public, it'd be so much easier. We don't know all the details. So we have to get a new perspective of God's timing. 46, let go of expectations. Yeah. When we put goals of what we expect to happen, these little balloons here get popped. You expect things by a certain date. You expect things in your life to be a certain way. Well, we've got to stop that. It's okay to have goals and beautiful dreams and creating this new world, but the expectations with the dates of when it's going to happen, the old phrase, if you ever want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And 16, choose honesty and start with yourself. Have that conversation with God where you're honest with God. Are you being honest with yourself? Or is your ego playing games with you think you're being honest, like how you're feeling, how you're progressing spiritually, how much healing you've actually done, forgiveness, whatever that is. Be honest with yourself. Is it just because you want to check that box and say, yep, I've done that, I can move on, I can catch up to the next person? Have you done the work? Sometimes the answer's no. It's just self-reflection. And then once you get an idea of where you're at, that's when you get to move on. All right. Let's do some of these future predictions. These are possible things that we could see or hear about globally. And let's see who came out here. Assistance or help. Well, there's a lot of this going on right now around the world with humanity, military, with flooding, natural disasters, things like that. The true nature of humanity is to reach out a helping hand. Okay? But let's remember, God's always helping us. This is nothing new. There is a controlled narrative when you know deep down in your heart that not everything is being revealed. It is being controlled. Mainstream. Okay. Our sinking ship is back. Well, that would be the deep state. Now, it could be an actual physical ship that is being sunk, but metaphorically, the deep state's world is shrinking. Social media, everybody does this, and I try to avoid it like the plague, but there are some things where I like to communicate, whether socially just to say hi or to get a few headlines and updates and then do my own research. But people will be glued to this for whatever reason. It's the world we live in. And cyclone damage. So we've got hurricanes brewing, landing, there's rain, there's whether it's man-made or God himself or Gaia. Expect more of this. We are getting into summer, and that is going to be common. Another interesting thing about Gregorian and Julian calendar, if you base it not on the Gregorian that was shoved down our throat for 400 years, but Julian, God's calendar, do you know the first day of summer is actually July 4th? So we've just now hit summertime. So we're going to expect more weather events. Okay. Which could cause sinking ships, by the way. Hurricanes. All right. Golden insight. Magic. No, we don't focus on spell work because we do not cast spells here. We don't do that kind of thing because that interferes with people's free will. But we do manifest with our thoughts and controlling our emotions and what we're focused on. Okay? So let's focus on the magic of manifesting. The turtle, it's slow moving. It will take a while, but we're making progress. Yep. Okay, chair. You have to wait. Boy, they're being blunt to the point today. It's God's timing, not ours. We don't take action. It's not the right time. Okay. The disco ball, the nightlife, fun times, parties, social events, exploring your freedom. Basically go out and have fun. So King of Wands has got his club open and running, so y'all can just go down there and have a good time. If you do not know what I'm talking about because you're new here, that's okay. Welcome to the Crazy House. Join the chat rooms on the live. You will soon find out. Okay, but when you go to the club, wear your high heels, okay? Trying to impress. Sexual attraction. All right, you guys out there looking for love. Are you dressing appropriately? I didn't say dress like a hoe. That's what it said. You're trying to dress to impress somebody. First of all, be honest with yourself. Vanity can be a very, very ugly thing. Now, I'm not telling you not to get your hair did and do your makeup and all that kind of stuff. You do whatever makes you feel good, but make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Are you trying to impress somebody else? Are you looking for a man or maybe a girlfriend? Whatever. You do you, boo. Whatever makes you happy. Just do it for you. Okay? All right. That is your message for the day. So, it looks like we have to accept Slow Monday. That's okay. We have to accept God's timing. Even better, because his plan's always better than ours, right? I hope you get a blessing out of this message. King of Cups will be hosting the roundtable later today. I will meet you there at 1 p.m. Eastern. Until then, be blessed. Know that God loves you, and so do I.